from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live 10 at 10.
If they don't have a voice, someone needs to speak up for them.
Investigators are looking into several cases of animal cruelty that have pet owners in several communities shaken up. Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight.
The crimes happened back in August and September near Ypsilanti and Montpelier, North Dakota, which is in Stutsman County. Now, a $5,000 reward is being offered by the Humane Society. All the animals suffered gunshot wounds, 2 cats dying, and 2 dogs in recovery. Authorities say the 4 shootings are linked and urge anyone with information to contact the sheriff's office. Tonight, Valley News Team's Cornelius Hawker has advice for anyone who may suspect animal cruelty but is unsure when or how to report it.
It is very important, or the animals, companion animals, it is very important that they have people speaking for them.
Nukit Hendricks is passionate about animals. She currently heads up the Homeward Animal Shelter, a place that takes animals from the city pound and finds them a home.
If you see an animal being hit, tortured, with the intention to hurt that animal, do call the appropriate authorities.
But Hendricks wants people to know reporting suspected abuse is only half the responsibility.
Be mindful that you are willing to also testify to what you have seen or observed where this animal is, what has been happening to the animal.
Hendricks also urges people to avoid turning a blind eye to animal abuse, which she says goes unreported all too often.
We may say it is not our business, but what we are doing is we are perpetuating the problem. And laws alone is not going to stop animal abuse. We do need to speak up if necessary, when necessary.
Cornelius Hawker, Valley News Live.
To learn more about the signs of animal abuse, go to valleynewslive.com and then click on this story.
2 people are in jail tonight in Jamestown after a high-speed chase. Authorities tried to pull over Travis Patzner and Harmony Olfson after noticing the license plates on the car that they were riding in were not registered to the vehicle. Police say the car traveled normally for a while, but then took off, reaching speeds of 90 to 100 miles per hour. When the car finally came to a stop in a field, the 2 then fled on foot, only to be caught a short time later. They're now facing several charges, including preventing arrest and fleeing a police officer. A Fargo mom is facing felony charges after calling 911 for an ambulance to take her children to school. Police found a 2-year-old and a 6-year-old outside Dana Lee's home, not properly dressed for the weather conditions. When they tried to get the children warmer clothing, Lee wouldn't let them in. That's when she admitted to being high. Lee was arrested on terrorizing charges and could possibly face child neglect charges. She will not face drug charges because there were no drugs found in the home. A social worker took the children into custody.
Another angry former CenturyLink customer says she's been turned over to collections agencies because a bill that she doesn't owe. Rachel Schaefer says she bundled her TV and phone because it was a good deal. But last Christmas, she was done with CenturyLink. The deal was not so sweet anymore. She canceled her service. But she was charged again a month later. And just last week, she got a letter in the mail saying she'd been turned over to the collections agency.
They do it to a lot of people, and I just think that it's ridiculous that they can keep taking advantage of people. And
now, we contacted CenturyLink directly to ask what was going on with this situation. The company said they contacted Schaefer directly and they are working with her to resolve this issue. If you need help uncovering any fraud, corruption, or any issue in your community, call our whistleblower hotline and we'll do our best to get to the bottom of it. Call 701-237-6576 and leave your tip.
Work is like our second home, a place where we want to feel safe. But Fargo police say they deal with workplace violence like threats, disagreements, and angry customers every day. Valley News Team's Macy Enger looked at how to prevent the situation from happening to you.
Maybe Mom got her from outside. We have alarms and we've got cameras everywhere.
Fargo's Boys and Girls Club is in lockdown, but violence could enter the workplace at any time.
Somebody might have a domestic issue at home and their spouse or estranged significant other might come in and cause some troubles at the workplace, and that's something I didn't think of before this.
The CEO says they're close to several businesses where robberies have happened, and while they rarely deal with violence, they'd rather be prepared.
Violence knows no bounds, so, it's affecting not only our community, but, nationwide.
Police say it's not just robberies, fights, and shootings. This deals with any non-physical harassment, threats, or people lashing out in anger.
I think it's great information for any workplace to think about and to plan for.
All these employers attended the Chamber's seminar on workplace safety. Fargo police say employees should look for warning signs from others, like pounding fists against the table, threats, and getting into others' personal space. Officers say if you see these signs, to tell someone else.
When he says it, it's kind of obvious, I guess, but when you are actually interacting with people, it's just good to be aware of those kinds of feelings.
No matter what race or status you are, it's great. Everyone needs to have the tools and techniques to just be prepared.
Officers hear people in the office say they've seen unusual behavior, but didn't bother to tell anyone until it's too late. And that's what they're trying to prevent. In Fargo, Macy Inger, Valley News Live.
Now, the Fargo Police Department does host the workplace violence training by request. If you'd like more information or resources, call the Fargo PD. They'll steer you in the right direction. We have that number on our website. Go to valleynewslive.com and click on this story.
It's a troubling question for many. What would you do if you are all of a sudden the caretaker of a loved one with Alzheimer's? Cindy Walker was diagnosed with Alzheimer's 7 years ago after her husband Andrew noticed something was wrong during a family game of Sorry. But Cindy's not alone. Alzheimer's affects nearly 5 million people right now, and it's only expected to grow. For her husband Andrew, accepting the diagnosis wasn't an option. Not only has he enrolled his wife in medical studies, but he's also created therapy of his own. Cindy plays Why We Fit to work on her balance practices, counting money and even writing her name. Even though the disease is costing Americans $226 billion, Dr. Scott Turner says Americans are not prepared for the incoming silver tsunami of Alzheimer's.
It falls on the family to provide a caregiver, and only when you become poverty-stricken do you qualify for Medicaid, for nursing home placement.
Now, in 2014, the Alzheimer's Association says family provided nearly 18 billion hours of unpaid care. That's care valued at $218 billion.
The FM business community supports the Red River Diversion Project, leaders sharing that message before an estimated 50 people at the Marriott in Moorhead tonight. The $2 billion project aims to provide Fargo and Moorhead with flood protection. Chamber leaders pointed to a recent Minnesota DNR impact study, which they say shows that permanent flood protection is needed. DNR representatives were also on hand tonight to answer questions from the public.
The Target Center in Minneapolis will keep its name, but get rid of some troublesome design flaws in a $129 million renovation. The most visible change will be recovering the exterior of the building and adding a new 5-story glass atrium entrance at 1st Avenue and 6th Street. There's going to be a new scoreboard and improvements on restrooms, concourses, and the loading dock. The Lynx will have to play elsewhere in 2017 because the entire building is going to be shut down all summer that year to accommodate all these changes.
Valley